Hello, this is Stephen Tyrone Cuffey, and yes, and yes, and yes, this is my 50th. I'm gonna clap to myself. This is my 50th live broadcast. That's right, 50, 50 live broadcasts since we started our live broadcast back on the 21st of March of 2018 with TBC. TBC number 50. Okay, it's nice to have people in with four viewers. I understand some people came in early, and thank you so much for congratulating me. I can't, Jules Ann Parker from New Zealand is my moderator today. Thank you so much, Jules, for sitting in for me. I'd like to thank everyone for being here, and I assume that we'll have more people on pretty soon. But if not, we go with what we have. We were on a really good live broadcast with Randy about, merchants and things like this. How do we get, people to understand TBC? But one thing that I typed in the chat, I think the very first thing is about the language. So what I'm talking about today is about the language that we use when we're talking about digital money and cryptocurrency and TBC and all those type of things. You know, I've always said to you in my live broadcast that we have to keep things simple. Because when you start making things complex for a lot of people, what essentially happens is what happens is we confuse people. So it's important for us to thank you, Jewel. I see people coming in. Great. Fantastic. We have to make sure that we're keeping things simple when we're explaining TBC to a person or to a merchant. See, right now we know we're experiencing a few technical things going on with our current system in our wallet while we're migrating over to the new network. As I explained to you, there are two different networks. It's like apples and oranges. But back to our language. When we're out talking to people about TBC, it is vital that we keep it simple. And I'm going to say, and I've said this a lot on my live broadcast, and I'm with Gerard Windsor 100% on this. We have to know, first of all, what TBC is when we explain it to someone. We have to know that. We have to know what TBC isn't. And we have to know what our correct role in TBC is. And that's just not go for us, the new people that come bring it to our community. I'm speaking of merchants. See, merchants are not going to take on TBC as a digital money. If we started talking about, well, we got this new thing we got this cryptocurrency called TBC. Number one, you already you already threw them for a loop. Because 9 times out of 10 people you talk on the street or anywhere, merchant anywhere, do not know what cryptocurrency is. They don't know what the billion coin is. They don't know. They don't even know what it isn't. They don't, and talking about the correct role, they really lost for that one. They first got to know what it is. I would like to put together just a group of people, like in a forum, like in a building or something, where I just educate them about TBC, get them to come into our community and do the same thing out to the people abroad. We have to keep it simple when we're explaining, and our language got to be on point, because if we're using words like cryptocurrency and, for example, If I wanted to explain to someone about TBC or a merchant, you got to pretty much hold their attention in maybe like 30 seconds. You know, we used to use in our previous business, we used to use like your elevator pitch. It's like a little 30-minute type thing about what TBC is, what it isn't, and what your role would be in it. And then when they started asking questions, then you started, you know, giving them more information, educating them about what all about TBC, and essentially they're going to have the questions. But see, the key thing is you got to be able to answer them. See, I'm not worried about people like me. I can do it hands down because I'm educated. I'm a student of our blog. But see, if you are here not really being a student of the blog, you can't, how can you possibly educate people out there the proper way? You can't get it all just on the TBC website. That's where it starts. But you can't get it. You have to get it from the blog because that's updated current over and over again. A lot of you should be going back on the previous blogs of last year, starting in 2016. Because see, I bet you a lot of you that's coming to TBC, that's been in TBC for over a year, at the time you came to TBC, you never maybe once or twice maybe went back and looked at TBC old blogs or when it started. Because if you did, you know, a lot of people would be less frustrated. They will understand on what it is and what it isn't. So, like we were chatting and talking and listening to Randy and some of his leaders. As much as everybody was talking, there was one thing that just stood right out there like a sore thumb to me. And it's not a sore thumb, but it was just out there. And that was our education is the key. There is nothing I can think of more important. That's the education is the key and how we speak to people, how we use the right terminology, the language, the terms that we use when explaining the billion coin. We say TBC so much, so much. People say, what is TBC? You say it out your mouth so much. And I hear people in that live broadcast, you see me using the billion coin a lot. Sometimes you have to break it down to people. The billion coin. They don't know what TBC is. So when you're bringing people in your community, stop using just the word TBC so much. Use the billion coin, because that's what it is. We just use that for short. Don't use KCBO for Crinkle Cash Back Office. Tell them it's a Crinkle Cash Back Office. Explain to them what it is. How is it associated with our coin? What is a Kringle? What is a cookie in terms of, we know what cookies are, what we can eat. That's not the type of cookie we're talking about, although we got an illustration of that when it's counting our cookies in our cookie reward system in our Crinkle Cash Back Office. But we're talking about cookies in a different sense in terms of TBC. You have to really be specific and break it down to people to make them understand. Remember, they're not where you at in TBC in knowledge yet. So education and knowledge is the key to getting the word out among our people in our community, as well as our merchants. And we're talking about merchants. A merchant is not going to use our TBC if they don't know what it is and how it can benefit them. They asking them what it is, what's in it for me. Merchants don't get their product, don't make their product, a lot of them. They get it from another supplier. So it's like the supply chain we were talking about in Randy's video. We got to start not just with a merchant, we got to go with the supply chain, where the product come from. Because those people got to make their money too to survive. Their business survive. And all that we were talking about, it was just one word: education. As far as TBC is concerned, that is. Because think about this. Back when we started fiat currency many, 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 many years ago, back in the old cowboy days, they used to go use gold. It come right from the earth. They used to mine gold. But we use this fiat to exchange goods and services. But guess what? TBC, we can do the same thing because it's what? It's digital money. And we explain it to someone like a merchant or a person. Ask them this question. Don't you use a credit card or debit card, correct? Isn't that digital? Are you using paper money? No. A debit card is tied to your checking or savings account. A credit card, a bank or financial institution have given you a certain amount of money that's attached to that credit card. And every time you swipe that credit card, it takes a little bit off, a percentage off, with a service fee, right? And that bank is making money off of that every month. So before we can get a merchant on board, like they were saying, you have to educate them exactly how TBC will be worked in concert with fiat. You have to educate them step by step by step. It will not work now unless it's done that way. Like someone said in the chat, it's like a systematic approach. They're not going to use that for their goods and services, not unless I'm talking about a merchant now, like that they know that they're making some income off it themselves. How it's going to benefit them? It's sad that a lot of people is in that elite scarcity mindset. It's not about helping that other person. And that's what I love about TBC. We, as members, we understand the one that's trained, understand what to say and when to say it and things not to say when explaining TBC. I don't go out and explain to people what's going on in our send button meeting. Nor do you. Nor do you. I wait till it come on the blog, then I may talk about it. But I'm going to say this again. We have to use the right language. Sure, I know what cryptocurrency is. You know, I know what TBC is. You know, I wrote a few things down. One of the first things that when you explain to someone, you sit down with a merchant or a person, you got to, if you're with them, you got your computer, you can show them the TBC website. Sometimes you ask a person to go do this. You know, if you're going to ask the person to go look at the website, give them a time period and when to follow up with them. Don't just leave them out there hanging and never get back with them. Then you've lost them. Follow up is also a key thing when you bring people into TBC. A lot of times they will call you back because they got questions. And you have to be ready to answer them correctly. It's hardly not one question that a person can ask me about TBC that I cannot answer now. I didn't become a TBC expert just by accident, just by just twiddling my thumbs. I didn't become a leader like everyone's trying to call me. I'm not all that. I'm just a person that understands the process. And I understand it to the core. I may be one of the best on them in TBC and explain it to people. Gerard Windsor even said, or he even said that, what TBC is, what the isn't, what's the correct role, I already knew. I knew then. So it's important for us to use the correct terminology, the correct language when explaining the whole process of TBC, the Billion Coin. Some people want to see little evidence on how we're growing. That's very easy. You could show them up to the top left-hand corner of the TBC website. You see that number? That's 3,000,001 and some. Okay, wait about 2 minutes. I'm going to refresh that page. Look how many people that have joined TBC worldwide. They will be blown away. Nearly every minute, every 2 or 3 minutes. Try back about 10 minutes and see how many people that came into TBC. It's never stopped. It's ongoing 24/7 worldwide. They're going to be amazed how many people have grown in just 2 years. I challenge anybody. Do you know of any business of this type or anything has grown, any coin has grown at that magnitude? You know? Okay. How can they benefit? Well, get this. Think about this for a minute. Let's talk about how they can benefit. I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm gonna ask a question back to you. How do you benefit from it? Doesn't your coin grow on a daily basis? Do you think it would be any different from a merchant that has a TBC account and a wallet? It's the same thing. That's one way they're going to merchant. Now they were talking about 50% fiat and 50% TBC, you know. See, a merchant, as in the suppliers, the suppliers, see, all these suppliers have to be educated too. How they going to be able to benefit from? They all should have a TBC account, a TBC wallet. They should be just like we as TBC members. They also should be members. That's really the main answer to your question, is that they have to be members. They have to understand like we understand. And believe me, if you know someone out there, if you explain it to them and they just don't get it, send them to me. And I pray they can understand English, because that's what I speak. I'm not fluent in a lot of other languages. I would like to know how to speak in Spanish, and I got some software I need to learn. There's so many great languages out there I like to learn how to speak. But if you got an English speaking merchant and you struggling, explain it to them. The key thing they need to understand is that they're going to benefit the same way you benefit. We're growing our own economy, our own community, separate from the traditional fiat system. Explain to them, don't you realize everything is going digital? The past 10, 20 years, we've been amazed on. You can watch TV on your phone. You can watch YouTube videos all the time on your phone. I could have done this actual live broadcast on my phone. I just choose to do it on my laptop. But the way people are going to benefit is they're going to benefit. See how simple that is? They're going to benefit the exact same way you do every day in TBC. They're going to have a new wallet and our new system. They're going to have a coin that's moving very fast, faster than anything in the market-driven cryptocurrency system. It's like Bitcoin. Get this. Do you realize people don't even know what Bitcoin is? They've seen it on TV. A few people may have seen it on TV, but still don't understand it. And here a person like myself come up, and I can explain to them, bop, bop, 1, 2, 3, and maybe 3 answers. I can tell them what it is, what Bitcoin is, or what TBC is, or what Ethereum is, or what any other cryptocurrency on the market-driven side is. Because that's what I do. I study it every day. My goal is to become a what they call a cryptocurrency expert, where I can travel around the world with other experts about this incredible wealth revolution that we're taking in. Because guys and ladies, for those that's not paying attention to what's happening behind the scenes, see, I happen to know right here in my own country, some of the people on Capitol Hill that's talking against, not even TBC, they don't know about TBC yet, about Bitcoin. I found out that those are the same people who invested in Bitcoin, who buying Bitcoin. Yes, some of the same people that's shooting it down are they're the ones that actually buying it. It's that elite approach. I don't want you to know nothing about it. I don't want to keep you right down so you don't know nothing. So you won't get any of this piece of that piece of the pie, that wealth pie. And I just get wealthier and wealthier. That's the way to keep us down. That's the way the elite thinks. But see, I know better. I take it upon myself to educate what this digital money is all about. And TBC, exactly that's what it is. It's money, but it's digital money. Just very similar, not quite just like, that's not like your credit cards. But it's simple, because credit cards are digital. When you swipe that card, and then they got a chip on the credit card. I don't know if they have it in your country, but they got a chip on our credit cards and debit cards. Then you just stick it in the machine and watch the dial and say approved. And if you have a debit card and you have that money in your savings account, it sends a signal right to your bank. Very fast. See, I believe TBC is going to be used for goods and services all around the world. Just like Tokyo and Japan, Japan, as a lot of the merchants are using Bitcoin now as a payment processor. And see, I believe they're going to be doing the same thing for the Billion Coin. When you show them, because people are visual. You can't just speak it to them and talk language. You got to show them. When you show them what's happening, they say, ah. And what you find out, they're having what you call an aha moment. Like, aha. That's what's happening in their brain. Wow. And they be saying, this is a great phenomenon. I need to look more into this. I would love to, like I said, I would love to put a forum with some major financial people and educate them on what the Billion Coin is all about. We're not trying to shoot down our fiat system. We're not trying to. That's not our goal. Our goal is to have we have a private community to have our own economy, our own community, and those that want to partake in our community will come. Not everybody's going to come. Some people are hard to believe most things. So, just know that people will use TBC just like we benefit from it. They will benefit just like we're benefiting from it, because they will have their own wallet, TBC wallet. They'll be registered just like we are. A business can join TBC just like a person can. TBC doesn't. They never said anything in our blog that we cannot get a merchant involved. In fact, they want us to get merchants involved. Do you know if a lot of us was brave enough to go and is going to tackle on some merchants like I plan on doing, but I'm not doing it until I migrate over the other side. I probably won't do it until after migration is over with. Then we're moving towards the way we're supposed to be moving towards. We got to make sure of all our kinks and all our transitioning over, that's out of the way. I want to make sure everything is running smooth before I started bringing on merchants. My common goal right now is to bring in as many people I can into our community the correct way, explaining every little thing they need to know by them asking questions, because I'm going to keep it simple for them. Because everyone seems to want to know what that golden phrase, cash out. How do I cash out? They need to know it's not like that. Now, I never said we never have another fiat exchange like they talked about in TBC some months ago. That may come eventually. We don't know whether it will or not. That's up to the administration. They told us that we will have that and how we would do it. I don't think they were lying to us. It's just that that's not on the, as they say in a courtroom, that's not on the docket. That's not on the subject matter right now. And we couldn't have an exchange right now how unstable our current system is. We're trying to move people over, these 3 million people over to the new network. And they have we're migrating right now. That's a big undertaking. So I think it's safe to say it's better to talk to a merchant once you're over there. Now, if you want to be brave and talk to them now and get them involved, fine. But they already tell us in the blog they got to take down the service for 3 days. They already told us not to do no transactions. When they say no, don't do something, don't do it. Don't do it. Because it just caused more problems. See, we experienced what we did with when they had to take all of our sin buns away last year. We had so many people. TBC probably didn't think that we would have as many people coming, administrating how many people were coming at a group of numbers they were having, 25 to 50,000 people a day at some points back in September and October. So I would love to see that many people when we get over to our new network. We need to be at 100 million, 50, 100 million. But we got to get to what? 5 and 10 million first. We can't jump and think that those big numbers if we haven't gotten, if we're not working, each one of us are not bringing in people like we should. So let me say this to you. It is so vital. And I'm at the end of my broadcast already. That's incredible how far half an hour goes. Wow. I'm nothing special to have done 50 broadcasts. I just do what people expect of me. That's all. Some of you on this broadcast that's on this live feed that's been doing live broadcasts, all of you doing a great job, Jewel and everyone that's on this broadcast. Thank you so much for being here today. It's an honor to be here. You know, with Diana Gordon, she's a wonderful person. Joe Stevens, man, I see you. We're together on a lot of people broadcasts. Thank you so much for congratulating me, you all. Thank you so much. You know, I really appreciate everything that y'all that you know. I know there'll be some people that will watch this, but the main focus I want to talk about today is the proper language that we're using. Keep it simple. Don't use words like cryptocurrency. They don't know what that is. It's a new type of currency, a new type of money. See, that's much simpler, but it's digital. Very similar how you use your credit card. But it's even better than those credit cards. We go into a new era. Digital money and this cryptocurrency is not leaving us, guys and ladies. We just beginning. Trust me when I tell you this. I've done the home. I'm doing the homework, and you are. I wish I could tell you what I know. See, I've had the vision that TBC is going to be bigger than we ever imagined down the road. I believe when we get past this, we get everybody over to migrate over to the new network. I think we're going to be moving smooth sailing ahead. And some things that they talked about before may come about. Who knows? Well, I want to thank everyone for being here today. It's an honor to be for those of you who have joined me here live on a live broadcast on my 50th. That's special to me. When you get to your 50th one, it's gonna be special to you. I believe Marianne Murphy is doing her 50 today. Matter of fact, I'm not sure if TBC Powerbox James Murphy has done his 50th yet, but I know Mary should be at 50 today. Also, we started around the same time doing live broadcasts. We've even done 2 in one day. I think Jewel did 2 yesterday. There's only been a few of us that's done 2 in one day. I think Gerard has done 2 in one day. You know, I may start doing 2 in one day if the system will make sure that allows. We can still do 2 on YouTube. Just that the system, when I tried to do it a month ago, I couldn't schedule myself twice. It wouldn't let me do it. Maybe we'll let you do it now. I haven't tried yet. So thank you so much again for being with me today on my 50th live broadcast. Make sure that you also put your live broadcast in the testimonial link in your Quick Cash back office, as well as or on the testimonial link page on the TBC website. Thank you so much for being with me today. Wow, I just thought about something. I scheduled myself to be at tomorrow at the same time. I scheduled myself to be on a TBC live broadcast tomorrow, but something has come up that I may have to attend. So there's a chance I will not be there. I will let you all know if I decide that I'm not going to have that live broadcast. You know, I may. I see, as you all know, I'm gonna just say this real quick. You know, my son graduated with a degree in hospitality management this past weekend, and I know we're having a big gathering, a lot of people, about 30 miles from here, and so, you know, I got to get everything straight for that. So I don't know if that may interfere in me doing my live broadcast, being present. So I will let you know right now I'm having it, but I just want you to know that um, it may be postponed. I'm not sure yet. I know Saturday I probably will not have a broadcast. I'll more likely be back on Sunday though, doing a broadcast. So tomorrow and Saturday I may not be here, but I'll let you know either way tomorrow. So with that said, thank you so much for being for this fabulous. Another person just came. Right, TBC is about empowerment. We all deserve to have a seat at the table. So truly said, Diana Gordon. So truly said. I like that. We all deserve a seat at the table. For those that did not see this from the beginning, you know you can always go back and look at it from the beginning once I push the stop button, pretty much. And thank you so much for being here today. It's been an honor. I will support other people like I've always do, or inform you or somebody come on. I know sometimes the time zones are different. It may be late in the night when I message you. That's up to you if you want to be present or not. I know Dan Luce comes on later tonight here. It may be early morning there. I don't know what it is in your country over in New Zealand and in Australia, in that part of the world. But just know that I'm here for anybody that want to reach me. How to contact me is right below all my videos. You can always message me or email me if you can't call me. So thank you so much for being here today. It's Stephen Cuffey signing out.